successful because I moved, I made movement. I consulted, I suffered for this. I got here. I finally changed my mindset to get here. And when you do that, when you finally get to the point of moving from being stuck, from moving from depression, from moving from the tears and the sadness, you can't take care of yourself. You can't do X, Y, and Z. And when you get yourself out and you move to the next stage in life, girl, boy, man, or whatever, you doing the doggone thing. Welcome to Be Real with Sarah, where the B may sting and the real never dies. Hey y'all, we are back with another episode of Be Real with Sarah. If you don't know, I'm Sarah. Because who else would it be? All right. We're going to be talking about, something that we all want to be, and that's successful. But let's see what Google says. So it says, success is the accomplishment of an aim or purpose, the attainment of fame, wealth, social status, a person or thing that achieves desired aims or attains fame, blah, 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 the good or bad. Not that, talk about our mission. The good or bad outcome of an undertaking. I'm going to be honest. I can't always say that I have always felt successful. Because I'm going to be honest, sometimes I've equated success to what's in my bank account, okay? Or to a certain level of like, am I successful because I don't have the type of clients that I want or the bandwidth that I'm working with work-wise. I've had a major problem with obtaining or with associating my level of success based on work. It's almost like I've identified my entire identity. I've based my entire identity on work. Like it's work. It's be the buzz. It's Sarah Busby, founder of. It's Sarah Busby, CEO of. Blah 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 blah. And I've had a horrible. This is one of my cons, y'all, is equating success to the approval of, right? That I want to make sure. And we're just being honest, right? We're just being real. Because I know we struggle with, sometimes you may call it people pleasing. You may call like, oh, you need validation. But through my journey, I've had trouble with that. And so outside looking in, it looks like, okay, she's here. She's there. The pictures. She's this. She's got this on. She's in this room. She's doing this. And I'm at home struggling. I'm not thinking that any of that is successful. I'm like, that's a part of the job. My job is supposed to ride in this stretcher with this person. My job is supposed to protect them. My job is supposed to walk them down this carpet. My job is supposed to be, because what you don't know is you see me in a room, but you don't know if I done got cussed out. You don't know if I done got fussed out. You don't know, but on the outside looking, you don't know. You don't know I cried. A lot of my most successful moments publicly, I endured so many tears. I was so stressed out because I put these demands on myself to achieve something that didn't nobody tell me to say, Sarah, you gotta do this to make this. You gotta go here to do this. I put those demands on myself when really, when the body was read, when the accomplishments are read, and I experienced that. I heard all these accomplishments at my 10-year anniversary. I couldn't believe it was me. I said, that's me. I'm like, sheesh. And then the person, a very close friend of mine in the industry read it. And I was like, I feel like you kind of amping that up a little bit. She was like, no, you actually did this. And I'm like, that is a major con of those that are highly accomplished. You are a go-getter. And it's like, it's never enough. Like, it's just never enough. You can't ever, it's like you can't even look at the grass being the grass being green on the other side. And that's what we have to break. We have to break that. And I don't know about y'all, but I always try to remind myself in seasons of growth, in seasons of elevation, is that the word reminds us that we have to die to ourselves daily, right? I have to die to Sarah every day. I have to die to what's up here. And I have to remind myself, God says that I am X, Y, and Z. This is who he called me to be this. He called me to go in these rooms. He called me to go in these spaces. And that means I'm successful. If you are the child of the king, that means baby, you're on the top of the line. Okay. Like I had to, but we don't think about that in the time, right? We don't think about that. And so when I talk about what does being successful mean, humbly, I'm saying this to y'all transparently, do I think I'm successful? I still struggle with it. I'm actually struggling to say that, yes, I am successful. But the reality is, if I write down the things, if I be honest with you, I am successful. I'm able to do a podcast. I'm successful. You know, I'm in my right mind. Okay. I've been able to accomplish, I've been able to, move from the familiar of 8 years, to the land of the unknown, 12 hours away from Atlanta to Dallas. I got up and moved. That's successful, y'all. When you can put your front foot forward, when you can make a step and you accomplish a goal of mine, I said it, I said New Year's, January the 1st, 2025 with my best friend, I said, I'm gonna move. Okay, sister, I'm with you. I'm riding with you. March comes, God says, you gotta let this go. I thought he was talking about this contract I was working. I was just like, oh my God, like, Lord, like, I just don't get it. Like, you just not giving me the answers that I want to hear. Like, I just can't. Like, I just feel like, why don't I know? Why don't I know? Like, matter of fact, you might as well call me Aretha Franklin. Like, I'm just singing the same song. Why do I not know? Like, why are you not telling me anything? I can't hear you. What's up? What are we doing? And then one day I got so tired because I'm an overachiever. I said, and God was like, you got to let this go. So I'm thinking it was the contract. I'm thinking it was the job. Let it go. Like, let this position go. Let this project go. Let this person go and just move on. And God was saying, it's time for you to let this season of this city and what you know go. And I said, okay. And so look in hindsight, months later, to me, to do that is successful. It's successful. I made the steps. God awarded the yes, because that's what we don't want to do. We don't want to make the steps, right? And then I got here. I did what he said. I went through the emotions, still going through emotions, still trying to, understand what God is doing, but I'm still walking in obedience. We're still doing the thing. And I'm going to be honest, that's successful because many people cannot do that. Many people cannot do that. And to be honest, it takes a while to get there. I won't, if you know my journey, it took me a while. Like I said, I am the chairman. I am the board president of the delayed disobedience organization. And it's not, I'm not saying that proudly. I'm just saying I've had a struggle, right? And so I think the definition on Google is cute, it's fair, right? But I am going to tell you that for me, success really equates to movement, momentum and movement. If you can get up, you can move, you can push yourself out of, you and God walk this journey out. You can go through the progress. You can, make those steps. I feel like you're successful. I feel like you are successful. And then once you begin to do movement, once you begin to say, okay, God, I got this. You keep doing better at your job. You keep showing up in people's lives. You keep showing up for yourself. And then you begin day in day, month in month, year by year. You look back and you say, I did the doggone thing. I did it. I don't know how I did it, but I did it. That is success. That is success. To go from a person that didn't want to do a podcast to actually doing a podcast, I believe it's successful for me. Because maybe at this big age, it's like, if I don't want to do it, I'm not going to do it. Okay. But it's success because I decided, okay, let's do it. Let's push through. And the more adversity came, more things came, got on my nerve. I said, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. I said, okay, I'm going to push through. Successful to me. That's success to me. I'm not going to give you, I think we want to hear this. Oh, I've done this. You've already done it. That's the thing. You've gotten the promotion. You've gotten the accomplishments. You've gotten the awards. You've done the things. You're successful by paper, right? By the validation of other people. But there are other things that we just do not give ourselves credit for. Now, let's go into the success of being single in her 30s, and I'm just going to be transparent with you on that. Now, do I feel like I've been in successful relationships? Let's just take a moment. No. 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 I'm not laughing because no, I have not. Um, and I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna say that the single journey has been easy. Now, I will say this. I'm not gonna lie. Since my move, I think they said it's a term between being an extrovert and an introvert. I think it's, what is it called? Ambivert? Whatever the things. I'm kind of in between, whatever. But I have more of an extroverted spirit about me. I like people. Now, some days, obviously working in PR, I'd be like, I can't stand people. Oh my God, I hate them. But really, I really do it for the people. And that's probably why the overachiever in me goes above and beyond, because I am a people's person. It's just in my DNA. My father was like that. That's just who I am. I'm a social person. And so in this season, your girl has been outside, and I am proud to say I'm outside. I'm enjoying this single season, but something that we don't want to admit as women that are enjoying their single season is that we can't lie. We be really, we be ready for the opposite sex attention. All right. I mean, we're created to just want a little bit of that attention. All right. Just to feel love. We want that little love train kind of swimming through. But I will say that in my journey, your girl's made some bad decisions. I don't know about y'all, but I have dated people that I had no business. And this is the thing. I knew I had no business dating them. Okay. I had no business dating them. It's a few I can think of. Some of them, I knew they were off before I started dating them. I said, something ain't right. Didn't trust my gut. Didn't trust, just out here just doing too much, y'all. Just out here doing the most. Sometimes we just be like, I'm gonna just try this man out. I'm gonna just get a meal. And that's not okay. Like, I'm not saying that's okay, but we just having a moment, right? Where I knew this person I felt like they were off. I was like, something ain't right. I said, but we gonna see how this go. Because this is the thing about us women, right? When we talk with our girlfriends, we know how each other are, right? And you start to hear conversations like, you need to be open, you need to be flexible, like get out of your own way, throw away the list, sis. Like, it's you, it's not him, it's you. It ain't always just me, sis. It's them too. Okay. But we're like, okay, I'm gonna go on this date. Okay. He's cute. He's short. I'm gonna go, y'all. I'm gonna go. So we go on dates. We have a good time, and it actually works out. Then you begin to see signs. Then you ignore the signs. Then you see the sign. You're like, I don't know. And so you go down this journey and you're like, it just didn't work out. And I feel like the older you do this, the older you grow, the older you date, it's just like, I can do better all by myself, right? Like, the single life, yeah, you miss that attention. And the thing is, when you single, and don't let you have a little shape, don't let you be cute girl, baby, they be in the DMs. Y'all know what I'm talking about, right? And you simply are just like, you know what? I don't have time for this foolishness. And you're like, you know what? I can be bad all by myself. And for the women that say, you know what? I can please myself by myself, then you kind of be pleasing yourself by yourself, if you know what I mean. We get out like our toys and our little tools, and we be like, I don't really need that male attention. I don't need the male drama. You don't pick up your phone. Where you at? Oh, you not responding to my text, but you on my story. See, that's that mental exhaustion ain't nobody trying to deal with, right? And so you just like, you know what? I ain't got to deal with that. And you don't. When you are grown, and let's go back to the word successful, you taking care of your bills, you doing what you're supposed to do. Okay, you on your grown woman stuff. There's just some things you just not gonna tolerate. You're just not gonna tolerate. And if you at the age where, in the mindset where every word that's coming out of your mouth, I know you're not telling the truth. You're like, you know what? I can watch a drama series on Netflix and Hulu at home by myself and talking over my girls. Like, did you see such and such, such and such? I don't have to be the main character in the show. So for that, I'm going to enjoy my subscription that I pay every month on auto pay. The card ain't declining. And we're going to watch this show, and I'm not going to be the main character. I'm going to talk about them. That's the life that we on. All right. But I'm in a part of my life that your girl is open to seeing what dating looks like. Okay. Open. But I can't say that I'm in a rush. I can't say I'm in a rush. I think I'm okay. But I also feel like, well, why not, right? Like, that's the whole part of being fun and being young in a new city. Have fun, have fun, have fun. And so now it's like, all right, we're going to entertain it. We're going to have a good time. And so far, it ain't been bad. It ain't been bad. The men's be out here meaning like they're looking good. Some of them, not all, but some of them. And we having a good time, right? And it's been a journey. And y'all gonna hear me say that word a lot because life is a journey. But sometimes in that journey, it'd be like a stop, a pause, a yield, yellow, red, green, zoom past the officer, get a ticket, okay, have to go to court, okay, you have to go to driving school. That's how it be. But what I really like about when you are single, and a lot of women, y'all tell me this, is enjoy it. What I like about being single is I don't have to check in with nobody. I don't have to check in with you. I don't have to, hey, what you doing? Do you have anything planned for? I don't. I don't have to. I do like that. I will say that. That is not talked about enough. And y'all are not going to shame your girl because I'm okay with the whole not checking in. But there are times where, and this is where like, oh, this is where women are crazy. I wouldn't mind it, right? I'm open. But I can't lie. When I tell you, when I come home, I don't even have a dog. I gotta get one because I feel like I need a little commotion. But I'll come home, it's quiet. It ain't no, hey babe, I just got home. I'm not against it. I'm not against it. But when you are in your single season, like it's a gift. Why do we not embrace that? Why? I don't have to be. I can go with my girls. I can have a good time. If I want to twerk on a man, I'm going to twerk on a man. Why are we not okay with that? Because that's what it is. We're going to have a good time. And then there's a season for companionship and relationship. When that season comes, we all for it. But as of right now, your girl is outside. And don't let me lose any more weight. Find me twerking on a yacht next summer. Like, that's what's up. Now, if it's a man, we may be twerking on the man. I don't know. But when you are single and in your 30s, it's like, what's up? What's up? But we just having a moment, y'all. We just talking about what does it mean to be single? What does it mean to be successful? I will say this, is that all jokes aside, though, what I enjoy about this season is that there is such a liberating feeling that I have because I made these decisions on my own, obviously with the leadership of God and, of course, friends, family, aka my mom. You talk about family, is my mama. Okay. But I did this on my own. And you have to be proud of that. And for that, I'm going back to I'm successful because I moved. I made movement. I consulted. I suffered for this. I got here. I finally changed my mindset to get here. And when you do that, when you finally get to the point of moving from being stuck, from moving from depression, from moving from the tears and the sadness, you can't take care of yourself. You can't do X, Y, and Z. And when you get yourself out and you move to the next stage in life, girl, boy, man, or whatever, you doing the doggone thing. And that has to be acknowledged. That has to be celebrated. And it's not easy. And from that, don't let you be single because you free. There's a liberation about that. And that also needs to be celebrated. Again, we have to understand that there are seasons for things, and if you are in a relationship and you're like, I'm not, feeling liberated, you got to reevaluate some things. That's the whole thing about growing. You could be outgrowing each other, right? Or if you're a single person, like I'm actually ready for that. Make sure you're ready for that. Okay. Because it's not going to be about you. Like if you really go into it the right way, you got to be mindful of another person. You got to be thoughtful of another person. Give it like your best shot. I'm a girl's girl. I'm a woman that's about love. And I believe in like, if you really going to do something, you're going to do it. You're not going to go in this thing going into like a game mindset. If that's the case, just stay single. Like stay single, get what you're going to get, do what you're going to do. But you say like, I'm ready for a committed relationship, be committed. Treat the person like how you want to be treated, right? But also make sure that's the person you should be aligned with. There are certain things I do believe that alignment is so important. It is so important. And you will begin to see like, I don't need to be aligned with this person. Like, they give me a bad spirit. And if that's the case, you don't want that spirit or that attachment to bring you back to being stuck or put you stuck and not movement. So That's really how I feel about being successful. That's what I feel about being single in my 30s. I mean, I think for me to sit here and say, like, can I look back at my past and look and say, okay, have you been successful? Yes. And it's not because of my accomplishment. It's not because of any press campaigns that I've done. It's not because I can close clients in a week. That's not it. It's not because I've exceeded sales goals. It's because age obviously has taught me that you move from one place to another. You push yourself out of something that was that may be depression or something bad into something good. Look what you've done for yourself. Like, for example, my birthday, I wanted a massage. Your girl got a massage. And that's what we did. Okay. It was successful because I could have talked myself out of it and said, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do this. We just don't give ourselves enough credit. All right. So if you are saying I'm not successful, stop it today. Think about the decisions you've made and the movement you made and say, you know what? I am successful. And get up out that bed and go do something fun today. Love on yourself. All right. So y'all got to stay tuned. We're going to continue this journey. And remember to be real, spread the honey, and be you.